We thought we would actually be able to produce fruit of a high enough standard that no one else would be able to replicate. I know everybody has got that dream within their own mind, but I think on soil type alone, I know that there's nothing like it in Australia. It's a bit of a hidden treasure in this region. It's known as the Kongorong Flints. As the sea retreated millions of years ago, it left bands of country running north-south, and you'll find that band of flint would go sort of start a bit south of Tantanoola and end up at Port Mac, but it's very unique to the region. It's an alluvial bed of stone, very hard, very rich in minerals, and we believe that the minerals in the soil will actually give us a flavour in our fruit completely distinct of any area in Australia. And it is, if you understand grapes and where they've originated, grapes have generally been developed on some of the richest country in Australia. They were also the best cattle grazing areas, and the Kongorong Flint country is actually known as some of the best livestock country in South Australia. I watched Lyle Pudney for 10 years develop his vineyard. Then in 2004 I did a block with Lyle, and then after that we bought a block of 165 acres alongside Lyle's vineyard, and we developed that over 2 years, putting in Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay.
I always knew the ground was good. It's good grazing country, not very arable. Yep. So we deep ripped it, put the stones in the middle and stuck the grapes in. At that stage fat lambs were only $40 a head. Ground was too dear for fat lambs. And the theory was I could put $100,000 worth of vineyard in, which is the same as the centre pivot. The centre pivot would rust out the apples and the grapes keep growing. To produce a hectare of grass to graze either dairying or beef or lamb takes approximately 6 to 7 megalitres. To produce a hectare of grapes, we can do it with a megalitre or to 1.5 megalitres. So it was to use our water more efficiently, and in 25, 50 years' time, that will probably be the correct use of the water, because we won't be able to grow grass for the luxury of grazing livestock. We've been doing it on a market that's actually going downhill. So yeah, what we've actually gained has been quite substantial. Started 6 acres at MV6, used to go into Seppels in Great Western. 2002 we put Sauvignon Blanc, some Riesling, some Chardonnay, some Pinot Gris and some Sauvignon Blanc in. I developed my own cane stripper. I went through and just left 2 canes, and the machine went through and stripped all the old canes off, the old spurs. Yep. And then I just laid down 2 spurs, and this year all I'll do is go through and strip that out with the machine and just lay down 2 canes. That's advice from a bloke in Tasmania. It's good soil for growing horticulture in, because we can't put a canola in it. You've got to have a deep-rooted crop to be able to tap the whole lot of the nutrients that are actually in that profile there. The topsoil, 85% rock. A layer of clay, which is not sodic, which is the roots actually get through it. See, the roots will come through it here. So the clay's of good structure. The nutrients at the top of the profile is the same as the nutrients at the bottom, down to the limestone, which is around about 1 metre. A place called Puily Fume, is it, in France? Same sort of country. Tastes like those rocks. It tastes like gunpowder smoke. It's more minerally, yeah. Very minerally, even the Riesling. So the winemakers tell me.